My guys, Esteban Estuardo. Hey, we are fired up about TKM, the Kinetic Man Mastermind. And what this boils down to, very simply put, it's in the name, the Kinetic Man.
Yep.
I can honestly say that one of my absolute least favorite words in the English language is potential. I do not want that word to be a descriptor for anything that I do or the life that I live, right? We are kinetic men. We're men who do stuff. We're different. We want to be better for our families. We want to be better for our businesses. We want to be better men, and ultimately that's what we're all about. That's what this mastermind is about. As we were looking at significant life changes, transitioning out of the military, we wanted to create a community of men where we could do this huge life change, this huge identity change in a community, in a tribe together, because it's significant. It's a significant transition, and any significant transition in life comes with challenges, comes with loneliness, comes with these things that we just wanted to move past and get into a kinetic life, being surrounded by a bunch of ninjas. And I'll just be honest, it was a selfish endeavor. We wanted to be intentional with the dudes we surround ourselves with so that we could be challenged to be the least interesting guy in the room and to grow. And that's what we did here with the mastermind. We created this community of absolute ninjas who are killing it, and they help us to be better fathers, to be better husbands in our homes, to be better friends, to be better businessmen, to be better community leaders, and to be plugged in and challenge ourselves to be the best that we can possibly be. That's what the Kinetic Man Mastermind is all about.
You know it has a lot of potential. Your shiny bald head, lots of potential.
Thank
Light
you.
just shines off of that thing. It's amazing.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Hey, but on a serious note, this mastermind, like the group calls every single week, it's like my favorite hour of the week because I've grown so much just personally. Like David said, it's selfish. Like I've grown so much in this hour, and honestly, like we've done a full life audit. Like we've removed all other, you know, objections, others' expectations, other people's like requirements and thoughts of like who we think we should be. And we've
Other
like
people's
just
definition of success.
yeah, define success, right? Like what is that for you? So we start with the foundation. We build on our clarity around our life vision, what we want for ourselves, what God created us for, our identity, our calling, our values, and our purpose, what we are showing up for every single day that God called us to do. And then we created what's called the Kinetic Life Circle, and it's our roadmap. It's our roadmap of how we define success, right? In those areas of our life that we identified as the most important things. We start with our energy because it's the most important resource that we have in our life. Showing up every day with positive energy, with kinetic energy. We work on our health to be the healthiest person we could be, our growth mindset, and having fun. Like, when's the last time you had like belly laughing fun with a group of men? I bet you show up differently if you're having fun on a regular occasion. Stewardship. We're really honing in on stewarding God's resources, our finances, and giving, right? We are givers. And lastly, but most importantly, our relationships. We hone in on our meaningful relationships in our life, our family, our friends, our spouses, being intimate with our spouses, and our faith. We all have faith in something, right? So, what is that for you? This is the map. We dive deep into this, have meaningful conversations, meaningful relationships, and it's powerful. It's impactful. And like I said, favorite hour of the week for me. And I've grown significantly. And we've seen amazing growth in the men that are in this mastermind, like life changing stuff going on in here.
So how does this work? You can sign up here on this page. There's a sign up button below. It's going to ask you a few questions, help us get to know you, help you get to know us and kind of our process and what it is to be in the mastermind. We take 1 month's deposit up front to reserve your seat, and then we're opening this house the first week of September, and there'll be some more emails between now and then as to how that process works in terms of getting through the sign-up process, getting logged in. We'll send out a welcome kit that has some of our books in it and some other things, and then we dive in. We are essentially a mastermind of 50 plus men that's broken up into houses of 10 to 15 guys. And those 10 to 15 guys are like a family. You're going to go through everything through this curriculum together with those 10 to 15 men. You're going to become kind of a close knit brotherhood in that small house, but then you're part of this much larger ecosystem. And when we do our retreats twice a year and other calls, we have one call a month that's everybody, and we bring in guest speakers, and we kind of dive into some other topics, some side topics with the big group. And so we do that all together. And then we do each of these topics once a month. So you have 4 weekly calls inside of any month with your house, and that's diving into each of these topics. We take these topics and we break them down using the kinetic process, right? So we start with that foundation: clarity, identity, values, and purpose, and then we jump into the 9 topics that are around the wheel that Stu talked about, right? And each of those we approach with what's called the real framework. So reflect, execute, accountability, and live. And each of those is based off of our own experiences in the past 2 years of doing this, and kind of distilling down, like, what's the best way to take each of these topics, to break it down, to define your version of success in that topic, and then put some accountability around that and go through it as a tribe, as a community within your house. And so these are, science-backed behavioral changes, tactical action steps that we give you, and accountability coming out of each of these topics. So the other things that you get in the mastermind are monthly town halls. So it's interactive lessons, it's networking across the entire mastermind. You get 45, 50 plus other coaches in the form of community members. We are full of just amazingly diverse experts that are just a call or a text away. So there's a bunch of times that guys have, we find out after the fact, guys have reached out. So in your profile, we we call it the lodge. It's our membership area. We encourage all of our guys, share your socials, share your phone number, share your email address, and share kind of the things that you are an expert in, as well as, a little bit about your bio. That way you have the ability to reach out to any of these amazing guys and ask them about stuff, right? And so franchises, faith, relationships, fitness, real estate, personal finance. There's an amazing resource across this network. We have a library of every Kinetic Man Town Hall and guest speaker going all the way back to day one. So stuff like how to master LinkedIn, how to master the energy in your life, right? All kinds of stuff. We bring in a wide variety of guests and experts on a quarterly basis. We have access to our investor pitch day. This is an amazing resource and opportunity. Our last pitch day had multiple millions of dollars of syndications and real estate deals that our guys could participate in. And that is closed. That is done at the speed of trust within our group, our community. And then you've got just generally a community of men that are building and funding investor opportunities all the time. We know of a bunch of our guys who have invested with each other and done deals and funding and that kind of thing across our network just on their own. We've also got, you will always have a discount to the pre-sale for our kinetic retreats. Our kinetic retreats are amazing. We do them twice a year in Colorado at Empire, Colorado. There's some other videos on our website about that. You can check it out. You always get a discount on that pre-sale first. So we'll just wrap this up really quickly. David, who is this for? Who is the man that this is for?
This is for any man who wants to be a better husband, father, and friend primarily, who is typically an entrepreneur. A lot of vets in the group, not a requirement, but it's boils down to someone who wants to be better in those areas of their life. And if you don't have those areas, we have those guys too, right? Guys who are aspiring amazing fathers, guys who are aspiring amazing husbands and business owners. And so if you're a man that's looking to better your life and do something about things and be kinetic, we're your guys. Right. This is your group. This is your tribe. This is who, reach out. Let's have a discussion and make sure we're a good fit. Because at the end of the day, it is exclusive. We want men who are going to challenge us to be better, period. If that sounds like you, let's chat.
Yeah. I mean, you will be challenged. You will do hard things. You will have fun and you will feel a fulfillment and a purpose that you never had before. So
And there's a
take
good
action.
chance you'll become more handsome.
Mm,
It just
you,
is part of the thing.
not going to happen. Steven, maybe. Me, most definitely. So take action. Come hang out with us. Join us. Be kinetic. Giddy up.
Beat some boys.
What's up, everybody? Hey, this is Stu. And before we close out this podcast episode, I want to tell you about a live webinar that we are doing on Thursday, July 13th at 10 a.m. Mountain Time. This is just going to be a Q&A session. We're going to talk about the Kinetic Man Mastermind and the next house that's starting in September. If you just listened to this episode and this sounds of interest to you, this sounds like your tribe, but you still have some questions that you want answered, come join us on this webinar. We'll answer all of your questions. We'll talk about, what we do inside the mastermind, what we talk about, the curriculum that we go through, and just see if this is a right fit for you. Register via LinkedIn. There is a link in our show notes, and then also you can go directly to LinkedIn and search for the Kinetic Man, and there'll be an event page on the Kinetic Man site on LinkedIn. Hey, if you want to hear from some testimonials from men inside the group already and see what it's done for them in their lives, go listen to these. We'll see you there.
So when you think about leaving the military and you put on the uniform every day and you do a decent job, you continue to make rank, and then at some point you make a transition. How does that former self make an impact now? And when I think about that, you still have a desire to serve. You still have a desire to make an impact in your community, in your family's life, wherever life finds you. And so to be able to be with a group of men that has those shared interests where our values align and everybody wants to see whatever it is they can do with their God-given gifts to shine a light on their community, to do their part in transforming what they can, man, that's something I want to be a part of.
A lot of it is about me being the best me that I can be, but also opening up and having those conversations, forcing me to have those conversations with my wife and kids is something I would never have previously kind of been felt to be pulled towards. And this group has really opened up my eyes at how important that is, to really open those lines of communication and be open, honest, and vulnerable with the people that are most important in my life.